It's the Hip Hop School.
It's that time.
Past and present podcast.
It's that time.
All regions stand up.
On your feet.
North, south,
everywhere.
east,
Where you at?
and west, Midwest.
You
Where you
know
at?
the rule. Act a fool. You gotta be tight with your tool when you go to the hip hop school. Be wrong in the crowd called Primo Fur and Deja Rude, child. Get out your feelings, you get booed at the hip hop school. You know the rule. Act a fool. You gotta be tight with your tool when you go to the hip hop school. Nigga can't be mad cause you got swag and easy cool. Bitch, I'm a motherfucking problem. Knowledge rule at the hip hop school. You know the rule. Act a fool. You gotta be tight with your tool when you go to the hip hop school. Can't look like that, come in too son, got artifacts. The truth is cruel, but that's just fuel at the hip hop school.
Past and present.
Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of the Hip Hop School Past and Present. I am your girl D-Asia, the assistant principal. Down below we have Supreme Ra, the principal. Over here we have Heezy, the dean of hip hop. And then down in the bottom corner, rolling up as he always do, we have Brother Truth, the agriculture teacher, for all of your greenery needs. When y'all get in here, go ahead and like the video, share the video, and make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel. How y'all doing tonight, fellas?
Good. Been a good week, good weekend. You know what I'm saying? You know, ready to get the show started.
Yeah,
I'm feeling real groovy.
Oh, not groovy. We got a new word in our arsenal now. Groovy. Yes, groovy, dude. Yes, indeed. But tonight we're gonna go more in depth about our love of hip hop and the things that hip hop made us do. Before we actually get into that, we are gonna discuss some trending topics or whatnot. And as we do every week, we have a hip hop trivia question. So this week's hip hop trivia question is: who was the first rapper with the baby in their name? Again, who was the first rapper with the baby in their name? And this week's hip hop trivia question is brought to you by our sponsor, Supreme's Pull Up, Artifacts Clothing Company and Graphics, Nature Spills, Art by Chunk G, Lit and Leisure, the Uhuru Academy, and the Deaths of the Asia. Y'all try and go ahead and answer that question. Throughout the show, we will reveal the answer. I have no idea of what it is. I don't know who came up with this question. I hope the person who came up with the question know the answer.
That's a good question. Hey, it's a lot of babies in the rap game, especially now. But that shit go all the way back to the beginning. So
yes,
I don't know the answer.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and also we have a giveaway that is going on by our sponsor, the Artifacts Clothing Company. You could win one of the free t-shirts that's of $25 value. You could visit the website, look around, shop around. If you see something that you like, you could definitely make a purchase. And also, in order to participate in the giveaway, there is 2 shirts that are being given away. What you will need to do is you will need to share this video on one of your on Facebook, and you would need to hashtag Hip Hop School Past and Present and encourage at least 25 people, tag at least 25 people, and encourage them to subscribe to the YouTube channel in order for you to enter into the drawing for the free prize. So that's it. Class is in session, y'all.
In session.
Class is in session.
Back to the regular scheduled program. You know what I mean?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
It
Has been a whole lot going on in hip hop, but it has been the stuff that has been going on been major. Like the baby, he ended up shooting somebody in his home. Yeah. He shot somebody, and then he ended up in a fight with Wisdom, which is one of his artists. And I don't know what that was about. Did anybody y'all tap into and see what the thing was between the baby and Wisdom?
I ain't heard it yet. I've been wondering. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that's his man. That's his artist. You know what I'm saying? He supposedly took a little charge for him. You know what I mean? This and that. So it's a mystery so far to me. I don't know.
So Wisdom actually took a charge for the baby before?
I don't know if he took a charge for him, but you know, it was some cases going on, and he ended up getting hit with a charge. You know what I'm saying? That's what the word is. I ain't for sure, but yeah.
Oh wow, that's crazy. But it's like, I'm gonna tell y'all something, right? And a lot of people used to trip out about when I say this, but they was thinking I was talking about it from a MC lyrical or impactful perspective, and it wasn't that. I actually feel like the baby is reminiscent of Tupac in the sense of like kind of hot-headed, always into something, you know. Yeah. And I actually see a lot of resemblance in it. What y'all think about that?
He definitely stayed a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? Every time you look up, he in a lot of shit. And that's like with Pac was always in a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know, I just hope the brother stays safe.
Yeah. I mean, I see the comparison, you know, for sure. He got you could tell he a hot head, you know what I'm saying? He got confidence in himself as far as when he defending himself, you know what I'm saying? He don't have no fear the same way as Pac ain't have no fear. So I definitely agree with that. You know what I'm saying? And he a good rapper though, you know what I'm saying? I like the baby. The baby can rap, you know what I'm saying? Some of his his antics and shit, but as far as that, and you know, he seemed like he a solid young guy, you know what I mean? So you know, I wish him the best. I hope I hope nothing, you know, violent happened to him, you know what I'm saying, or nothing like that. I hope he, you know what I mean, don't mirror Pac in that way, you feel me? So wish him nothing but the
that's what I was about to say. You know, so I definitely see the Pac comparisons as far as him being in a lot of shit. And like you said, he in a lot of shit. So Pac was in a lot of shit. So, you know what I'm saying? He don't want to go down that same path, you know what I'm saying, and be taken out, you know what I'm saying, before his time, especially just being on some hot shit, you know what I'm saying? Just not being able to control his temper, you know what I'm saying? The shit with Wisdom, we don't know what it is, but probably wasn't nothing too major, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling, but you know.
Yeah, he's definitely cruising for a bruising. That's for sure.
I ain't heard that in so long. Damn.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. He is cruising for a bruising, honey.
Hey,
that's that monk.
Hey, the nigga giving them out. Motherfucker giving them out right now though. But
for real, he up. He got a bunch of he got about 10 dubs in a row. He on the undefeated. He up there with Floyd there.
Yeah.
Hey, fighting rappers right now.
Right. Well, my man say, if they came out with that Def Jam Fight Club again, that nigga would be the number one contender or the number one.
The hardest one to beat.
Yeah, the hardest one to beat.
You might be the boss. You might have to fight the baby at the end after you beat her.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly. For right now, you know what I'm saying? He's the one, but he needs to quit taking matters into his own hand. But speaking of people being shot or whatever, you gonna shoot me in my pinky toe. Meg the Stallion went on Gayle King, and she was talking about her being shot by Tory Lanez or whatever. And you know, we ain't rocking with Gayle doghead ass right about now. We not rocking with Gayle King right about now. But all at the same time, you know, I was interested in hearing Meg speak out because my opinion on the situation changed as, you know, new developments came out, whatever. What is y'all take? I'm gonna put y'all in the hot seat. You know what I'm saying? Do y'all feel like that man shot that woman?
Absolutely.
Okay. You feel like he shot her?
You know what? To be honest, I ain't really kept up with it like everybody else. Like everybody know all these kind of details and shit about gun residue and all that. But from what I'm hearing and from what I'm seeing, I don't think so. I don't think he did it.
What about you, Brother True?
Yeah, I'm honestly, I don't know. Like, at first I was like, it felt like he did it, but you know what I'm saying? Like you know how that shit be when they get to posting stuff to try to sway your opinion. So when I did look into it, it was kind of like unclear on really if he did it the way they were saying that he did it. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I can't really say for sure. I'm kind of hoping that he didn't do it, you know what I'm saying? But I don't want her to be a liar and make no fake story, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, damn, it's like on both sides, it's like, shit, it's going to be some fuck shit either way it go, you know what I'm saying? Niggas shooting a girl, you know what I'm saying? Or a girl lying on the dude, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn.
But nothing's going to change, though.
I honestly fell out with a whole bunch of people when the shooting first occurred. I fell out with a whole bunch of people because anytime somebody would say something negative or say they don't believe her, whatever, I'm blocking. Like I was blocking people, deleting people off my friend. And I've been knowing these folks for 20-some years. You hear me? Because I'm like, this woman is saying that she got shot and y'all playing her right now. So I felt some type of way behind it. But when I'm hearing everything and all the details to come out, I honestly no longer believe. Now, I'm not going to say she didn't get shot, but the story don't make a whole lot of sense. And to me, from what I get from the story, I actually feel like Kelsey did it, her friend.
That's what I
Like
say, I don't know too many details.
Was on Gayle King and she was talking about how he shot her. She was like, he was standing up over the window. Now, we know this nigga short, right? But he was in a van or a car. How was you standing up over a window in a van? You know what I'm saying? Like,
one thing I don't do
on you outside the window like a drive-by or what?
But see, that's where we part ways because I don't do the Facebook forensic shit. I don't do that. Ain't no way this person could do that or do that because it's very hard to put yourself in a situation, in someone else's situation, and come out accurate on what you think you would do or what you think would go down. You know what I'm saying? So I haven't heard no new developments to make me think that the story doesn't change. It's the same shit to me. Anything else is just a bunch of Facebook forensic analysis and motherfuckers got their opinion.
Well, that's what Meg said. Meg said he stood up and he shot out the window.
So I mean, shit. Yeah, that's possible.
Yeah.
To stand up in a vehicle.
That's possible.
All right. Okay.
Hey,
I mean,
I don't know. I guess she was saying he was out. From when I heard it, I thought she was saying he was outside the car. And I try not to do that too, like speculate too much, because like you said, they ain't really show, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I hope. Yeah, I don't know.
I try not to speculate too much, and I never was on the thing where I was like, it was never any doubt in my mind, or even considered the possibility that he didn't do it, just for the simple fact of this woman got shot. She said she got shot. I didn't even consider that he didn't do it, so it never was a thing. It was just with me being on my show, The Deaths of the Asia, I cover a lot of those celebrity stories, so I get like more detail of what's actually going on, and stuff just started and not. Every time I go to cover it, it's like, this don't really feel right to me right now.
Hey, so do we still got to charge for it or what? I mean, he ain't locked up. Is he out on bail? Or what the fuck?
He's out on bail.
He actually, I know he ended up getting locked up because he violated the restraining order or something like that. Right. So I don't know. After that, I'm not sure. I don't know.
They still fighting the case. He's still fighting.
So he still got the charge then. So he
charged. Okay. And that's why I'm saying they had enough evidence to charge him. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, I don't know. Like, I hope he said that he didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? So I can't say he guilty or
to get on the black woman hate train. Yeah, a lot of these niggas they not gonna believe it regardless.
Right.
And that was the thing that was the only thing that was making me hesitant about actually just admitting that I don't believe her. Because it's one of the things where like we have to be very careful because you have some people who just have disdain for black women to where they'll use that as an opportunity to push that out. And that ain't what I want. I just had to be real honest within my assessment from actually, listening to different parts of the story, whatever. That's all.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's fact. And my point,
I ain't really talked on it because I ain't really, like I said, I don't really know all the details. But from what I saw, to me, it seemed like. Like I don't even know Tory Lanez like that. Like I don't listen to his music. I ain't never seen the nigga interviews or nothing like that. But it seemed like to me like the nigga is trying not to say something. You know what I'm saying? Like he on some not snitching type shit. Like whether her girl did it, whether something else happened. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
That was my thought. That was my thoughts on it.
Did y'all I know y'all probably don't want to talk about this, but because we ain't talk about this beforehand, but I'm gonna bring it up because it came across my mind and it's still pertaining to hip hop, so to speak. So DJ Envy, DJ Envy from the Breakfast Club, his wife ended up coming on the Breakfast Club or whatnot, and they had an interview with her, And she was saying how, you know, she wasn't pleased with him in the bedroom for a long time or whatever. And she just used to be faking it. There was just I wouldn't say that there was I don't know how I don't know if it one of those things where maybe they talked about it beforehand and he was comfortable with her coming out and saying that or whatever, because he handled it well. But my thing is, would y'all want y'all wife to say that in public?
No.
First of all, if you're a if you're a trill ass nigga, she not gonna say that anyway. I'm a firm believer Mark shit happen to Mark ass niggas, man.
Right.
I ain't never been no DJ Envy fan. It's certain opinions he got and certain routes he done took, man, that I'm not a fan of. You know, so I'm not surprised that she said this shit about the thing.
Hey, 100%. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you a certain type of.
Oh, we lost one.
Oh, he down there in that rural area with that bad Wi-Fi. Y'all know how it is in Detroit.
Shit tripping.
You know what I'm saying?
My shit tripping.
Maybe that was the Lord telling you to watch your mouth.
I don't know what it was, but nah, what I was saying was, you know what I'm saying, like Preem said, you know what I'm saying, if you're a certain type of nigga, you ain't gonna get that shit said about you anyway. And then two, I don't see the reason for it. Like you said, they talked about it beforehand and they said, okay, it's cool, we can go ahead and talk about this. Like, for what? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was the reason to come out and say shit like that for?
Right.
You know what I mean?
See what this social media era has done to people is like privacy is looked at as like you faking. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if you don't put all your business out, it's like people look at it like, oh, you trying to hide something. But privacy is protection. Like, I wouldn't want my wife on there talking about nothing like that. I wouldn't think my wife would say nothing like that, or you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's something we'd talk about in private. You've been faking for 21 years? Like, dang, like one time? Like, that's crazy. That's hey, man, I don't know what kind of nigga he is, but man, listen, he should know that. That's all I'm gonna say. You should know that. You should know a fake one.
I stopped liking a nigga when Umar was on the show and he was capping for white women and shit, man. You know.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I don't fuck with Envy like that. You know, I really don't fuck with nobody like that on the Breakfast Club.
Yeah,
I love Charlamagne the God now, and I be watching Angela Yee show.
He the biggest sucker of them all.
I actually I actually thought she was like snobby or something like that, but when I be watching her podcast, like, she got a real good personality and sense of humor. Like, y'all watch her podcast, I think it's called Lip Service.
Yeah, she cool. I watched her a couple times. She cool.
I know Angela. Yeah, she the realest one out of there. My homeboy had her on his podcast before. She all right. She cool.
Yeah, I thought she was snobby at first. I just thought she was kind of like snobby or whatever. But
check it out, though.
Angela Yee, she be getting into some things on her podcast. I be watching that podcast. Yeah. Them hoes over there freaky as fuck on their Lip Service podcast. I be like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying?
I think Charlamagne a mark and shit, but I respect him more than anybody on the show.
There would be no Charlamagne slander.
He know he a mark. Because he know he a mark. And he you know, he ain't one of the niggas that don't hide it, man. He stand on his markism.
Right. Yeah.
Charlamagne, still invite me to the Breakfast Club. Don't feel like you can't invite me to the Breakfast Club by myself because they say they don't like you.
He cool, like you said. You know what I'm saying? He one of them type of niggas, and he know who he is. He stand on it, and you know what I'm saying. Keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? So
yes, indeed.
You know, in one way, you gotta respect that at least. You know what I'm saying? He's stand on his shit.
Oh, he is. Hell no.
Yeah, that's crazy as hell. It just be so much going on. Pooh Shiesty ended up getting sentenced. Y'all heard about that?
Yeah, man, he got nice.
5 years.
Hey, that's 5 years in the Fed, a nice piece of change.
That's what I said. That was a win.
I said that's real good.
Nah,
I thought he was gonna get more time than that.
That's still a nice piece of change to do.
Right.
I mean, you got 5 years and you're doing it in the Feds. So
he doing 5
years in the Feds, that's better than him being in the state.
Not to me. I done been to both of them.
Y'all think the state is better than the Feds?
Nah, I'm saying doing
No
time is
prison
doing
good.
time.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
he gonna do time. You get what I'm saying? He did a
Yeah,
crime.
ain't
He
no
gonna do
prison good.
time, so he can't avoid that. But I feel
Shit.
like I feel like the sentence 5 years. That ain't. You know what I'm saying? It's a
And he
lot if
been
you
shit.
losing
He
your
he
freedom.
been
But
locked up for what
considering
about
how
2
much he
years?
could have gotten,
Right. He
It
Yeah,
been
just
no, for
depends.
sure.
about 2
Let me
years.
tell you something about the Fed and the state debate. Which one is better? It just depends on your mentality. You know what I'm saying? If you're a goofball, then you can compare it to me like, yeah, the Fed's got more games and trinkets and little more things to do for a slave ass nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But to me, that shit, I miss my people the same way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I miss being free the same way. I don't give a fuck what they put in front of me. If they give me nigga an extra piece of chicken or you get to wear your tennis shoes and shit, man, I ain't with none of that whole ass shit, man. For real, that shit sucks. All that shit.
yeah, and then niggas be lying about what the feds is. Like they'll tell you, oh yeah, man, you're gonna be eating they're gonna have a buffet out, they're gonna have steak and this and that's a lie. You get to the feds, that food is terrible. You get
And
to the
you can get killed in that motherfucker.
yes, you can. It's dangerous at the mediums and USPs, especially if you ain't right. And most of these niggas ain't right. They can't walk the pound. You know what I'm saying? So
It's a
that's
very
number one.
dangerous situation.
But he getting credited, but Pooh Shiesty getting credited for a year. So he probably do about 3,
Yeah.
maybe 2.5 years, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah, that's
depending
what
on
I'm saying.
how much halfway house you get. So that's you know what I'm saying? Like I don't wish jail on nobody, no amount of jail. I don't give a fuck 30 days. That shit is terrible. But you know what I'm saying? When you looking at 15, 10 years and you get 5, we'll take it as a blessing. You know, especially black people, man. That shit is crazy.
So,
Yeah, money definitely played a part.
Yeah.
That too.
And then these people,
come
they
out
need
there.
to I don't know, man. I just wish these rappers, it's like nowadays with these rappers, you really can't get into these rappers like we were able to get into rappers back in the day because all of them in and always in some type of trouble. It'd be crazy because it'd be like guys, they'll come out and they'll be hot and they just go and do some dumb shit. And it just be like, come on now, dude. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you just really can't get into them because I was beginning to like really like Pooh Shiesty music.
Nigga was hot. Nigga was hot as hell when he you know what I'm saying, when he got locked up. You know what I'm saying? When all that
You
shit
definitely ain't lying about
He had one of the biggest singles in the country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking with
And
Gucci,
it's like nowadays,
all that shit.
like y'all know when we had on one of the shows we was talking about rappers being gangster. I think it's nowadays. I think a lot of these guys that's coming out the streets that got a little reputation, you know what I'm saying, in the streets is jumping in the rap game, but before they get all the way acquainted into success, they still caught up in that street life. You know what I'm saying? Like I seen it a lot back in the day with the Detroit rappers, you know what I'm saying, that was coming up or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You heard a lot about niggas turning down deals and losing out deals because they were getting investigated and all this type of shit. So I think it's kind of like a mixture of that. Like niggas still trying to live this gangster life and be a rapper. And I've heard countless of rappers that have a gangster persona per se, you know what I'm saying, say that like you can't do both. You got to give it up and be a rapper, or you got to just be a gangster. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't gonna let you do both. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna mix.
That's true, man. Look at the like for Dallas and Fort Worth, for example, you got Go Yayo and Mo 3. They was supposed to blow. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Go Yayo, he in the feds. Mo 3,
Right.
he got
these niggas either
Damn,
going
I ain't
to
even
hell or
know.
jail.
Damn.
How much time Eminem got?
he got 5.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even know. Shit. Okay.
Gun
Yeah, I
charge,
ain't
like, convicted felon with a firearm.
Who got 5 years?
Go Yayo.
Go Yayo, like, listen, how long has Go Yayo? Go Yayo is from Texas, right?
From Fort Worth.
Fort Worth. I think back in the day when I first moved out here, like, has this nigga ever came up? Because the reason why I'm asking is because I'm not trying to be funny. It's got to be the same person because I remember back in like 2005, 10, like it was back.
Nah, that's
like,
not
no,
him.
it was about 2009. I'm lying because I was staying over there on 360 and Brown at the point. So
You think about somebody else,
something like that, 2013, 14, something like that. I don't know. But it's been a while because it used to be this guy. It used to be this van that was wrapped and it had Go Yayo or something on it or whatever. And it just used to be at Kroger and stuff riding around. They didn't look to be productive. And
Nah,
so
that's not him. That's not him at all.
That's not him. Okay, because I was just like, damn, this man.
He a young cat, man. He went to school. My little brother now. He came in about 2015, man. Got offered a deal with QC. He turned it down. You know what I'm saying? But you know, he was fucking with Sauce Walker, got to with that nigga, man. He just one of them niggas like we talking about. Right. He didn't evolve from the streets.
We ain't never heard that. They ain't never played no Go Yayo on the radio out here. Nope. I've never heard of Go Yayo song on the radio. So he just underground like tree roots.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so the people really don't know what we talking about when we say Go Yayo.
Check him out on YouTube.
Fort Worth, of course not.
Look at the numbers.
You know, Fort Worth ain't got no rappers. The only rappers Fort Worth done birth is Baba
Amin.
and then Supreme Rod do his thing every once in a while, but that's about it. You know what I'm saying? That's all you gonna get about a Fort Worth.
Fort Worth got some spirit somewhere, man. Hey, man, Fort Worth, y'all know y'all don't let them. Hey, Fort Worth better send some music in. So he can email Fort Worth, stand up.
You got a whole bunch of faith.
Fort Worth got a lot of talent, man. It's just niggas is fucked up in the head. For real.
Mm-hmm.
That's how Detroit was for a while, though. For real. Right. True story.
For sure.
Baba, I mean, in the comment section, talking about y'all slow this shit down. He ready to fight about it. He had something. I'm gonna stand for Fort Worth. I'm stand for Fort Worth. He ain't playing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have to do something.
He definitely a homer, though. I feel it, though. I'm a homer too, though. I ain't mad at nobody that stands.
Yeah, because every show we have, here you go, Detroit motherfucker. I'm like, put your arms down. Yes, indeed. Well, who has some fire music that came out this week? I ain't listening to nothing but the girls doing a drill thing.
Man, Pusha T dropped a dope ass album, man. I'm officially on the Pusha T bandwagon. It took me this long.
What?
Well, it don't matter. It ain't like he's talking about something different, so you ain't missed the beat. You know.
Hey, but what he talks about, he does a great job in what he talks about, man. And he picked good beats. I'm gonna give him that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Pusha T, man. Wiz Khalifa dropped the trash ass album, in my opinion. I ain't like this shit.
I don't think I heard that.
He probably recorded it in some tidy whities.
I didn't listen to Pusha T. I just really can't do a 40-year-old drug dealer with braids.
Hey, but no. Hey, I'm saying the same shit. I ain't no Pusha T fan either. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never listened to it. I ain't never really liked him. I ain't never listened to him like that. But I listened to the album. The shit nice. But what made it nice, I forgot, man. It been so long since For Real put out some shit. You know what I'm saying? Some shit like that where he had, was making half an album, you know what I'm saying? Some shit like that, man. I forgot about For Real. For Real did his thing on that, but For Real and Kanye. It was the For Real versus Kanye thing. So.
Man, no, it's a good album, man. It's a good album,
nice.
Man.
It was nice. I liked it.
I'm gonna have to go listen to it because I did not give it a shot.
Go check it out.
He mixed up the boom bap with the other shit. You know what I'm saying? It's a good mixture, man.
Like I say,
did y'all listen to
gotta go check it out. I like Pusha too.
Did y'all listen to any of the girl songs they been coming out? You know, a lot of these women now they trying to get into drill. Y'all heard any of their songs? Nicki did a song. Cardi
heard Nicki's song. It was all right. I like that Do Your Drill sound though. I fuck with it.
Yeah, it's cool.
I don't really fuck with it.
I heard the song.
So you fuck with that female?
Yeah, I heard that. I take that out.
It took me a minute to get into the New York drill because actually, like even Pop Smoke, like he had to grow. Like when I used to hear Pop Smoke, and I was just like, dude, way too. I like my man aggressive, but he way too aggressive. He growling and shit. This kind of scaring me a little bit. I'm like, hold on now, god damn, talk nice to me. So
it's a reason why 50 was the second fiddle to Pop Smoke. He ain't that nigga, man. That's why he didn't come. That's why he didn't get that shine with Pop Smoke to me.
Oh yeah, like I said, I ain't never listened to him either. I ain't never really.
You ain't listen to who?
To that shit. Fabio
Foreign, whatever his name is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, but I actually, after some time, I actually started liking this song, and I was like, you know what, I like his voice now, and that it's just. Then I started looking at it. I was like, oh, this dude is different. I like when people have that different voice, like you know how some people have that certain sound that is so different from everybody else. Like okay, like Mystical, like how he sound is so different. E40 is so different. Pop Smoke was so different, and I started to gravitate towards it, and I liked it, you know. And he was
It's
saying
good workout
something.
music. If you work out, it's the perfect workout music.
Yep. So
I can see that for sure. Yeah.
So I would have liked to see what he would about. I think there was a song with him in. Was it a song with him and King Von? I think it was a song with him and King Von on King Von album, if I'm not mistaken.
Video?
No, Pop Smoke.
Pop Smoke?
I don't think so.
I don't remember that.
I'm gonna have to look that up. I think they did something.
Yeah, but
that
King
Von one time, I ain't had the urge in my soul to listen to that shit again. That shit ain't about shit.
I like King Von better than Lil Durk.
Yeah, me too.
I like Lil Durk better. I don't really King Von. I might have to listen to some more King Von before I really get an assessment.
Rest in peace, King Von.
I like his stories.
Right.
But my favorite drill rapper from Chicago is King Louis.
I fuck with King Louis. He can rap. He cold on the mic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what's the name? Dropped the single too. T Grizzly dropped the single. Did y'all check that out? The Robbery Part 3.
Child, I ain't gonna even lie. I forgot about T.
Yeah, he dropped the whole album.
He dropped the album.
Oh, okay. I didn't know he dropped the album.
Yeah, that shit's hot trash.
Is it?
Trash.
I had forgot about T Grizzly's existence. Honestly, I ain't gonna even tell no lie.
Oh shit, nah.
He was making a lot of noise when he had first came out.
No, he's still doing his thing though.
He taped up right now. He got a nice bag. He got money right now. He got some bread.
Yeah. Then something happened with Griselda. Then something happened recently with Griselda and him.
I don't think so.
It wasn't from. I thought I had heard
something
something
about. You talking about with Benny the Butcher and what's the name falling out? You talking about Freddie Gibbs and Benny the Butcher? That was something.
That's what it was. That's what it was. I know it was something pertaining to Griselda. You know, that was in the.
You know, that's probably that's Freddie Gibbs on his Freddie Gibbs shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
nigga always try to stay in the spotlight type shit. You know what I mean?
Freddie Gibbs is one of those rappers that is you know how I'm never like one of those people that it's hard to make me one of those people that if you're doing something personally, it's gonna make me dislike your music. Like the thing is, I love Freddie Gibbs' music. The man can spit, but Freddie Gibbs do too much whole shit to me. And it makes me not even like his music no more. It's like, dude, you really in there being this just some studio stuff for real. And I never try and do that, but like you seem like a real cornball type dude. You know what I'm saying? You know how to put some words together, whatever, and make it sound good. But you seem like you was the runner, like you was the one that had to get sent to the store to go get some guards and a couple of towel cans or something. Like for real, that's what he's giving, and I don't like that. So it's be hard for me to listen to him.
He too bitter and disgruntled.
Yeah.
He think he deserved. You know, well, first Jeezy kind of fucked over him. I dig that. I was with him when he was going against Jeezy because I felt like Jeezy fucked over him, but you know he got mad because he felt like he should have won a Grammy over Nas. He feel like he get left out the lyricist conversations and shit, man. And he just be crying too much, man. I don't know, man. I fuck with Gangsta Gills like a motherfucker, man. But
yeah, me too.
Lately, man, I've been seeing some shit I don't like about that nigga, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think his music all that either. I think he all right. He mediocre at best to me. You know, he got a few tracks I like that's okay, that's better than average, but for the most part, yeah, average rapper. I don't see the hype behind him on the rap tip. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
he cold to me. I fuck with him. He cold on the mic to me. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with Gibbs.
But him and Royce the 5'9", they need to really cut it out because they missing their legacy.
Royce be tripping, man. Royce, my nigga, man, but he be tripping sometimes, bro. I don't
And
know what he
Royce
be.
go hard too. Like Royce is cold on the
Yeah,
mic.
like, he can rap.
Yeah.
It's like Freddie Gibbs, Royce the 5'9", Razzcast. Y'all just need to shut the fuck up.
That's another one too.
Y'all come off as hoes.
Yeah, Razzcast cold though. I like Razzcast flow. He can rap. He can rap.
No, I'm saying these are all niggas that's cold. That's good, but they be acting like they just. I don't know, man. They rub me the wrong way when they be talking.
Right.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. So y'all, again, we are running a giveaway from the Art Effects Clothing Company, a t-shirt giveaway of a $25 value. You could go onto the website, check it out, see if it's one that you like. Also, you could shop around. This week we're giving away 2 free shirts. In order to enter into the drawing for the free shirt, you will need to share this video, hashtag Hip Hop School Past and Present, tag at least 25 people into the video, encouraging them to subscribe to the YouTube channel. You have to use the hashtag or we won't be able to track your entry. Also, our hip hop trivia question is, who was the first rapper with baby in their name? Y'all drop down in the comments and try to answer that question. Who was the first rapper with baby in their name? I don't know.
I got a guess.
At the end.
I got a guess, man. So
okay, we'll figure it out in the end. Wise guy, y'all be digging in the crates and finding out the answer. I should have Googled this before I came on here so I could feel like
Are you the author of that trivia question, Easy?
Yes, sir.
By time you got a good one, man. That's a good one, man.
I hope he got the right answer.
It's not the right answer, too.
Yes,
trying to say, brother.
Hey, you know. Hey.
You know, we had a mishap,
discrepancy.
Before.
You know what I'm
saying? A discrepancy.
A little discrepancy.
A breach in thought, a lapse of memory.
I stand by my answer, man.
Don't even stand by. Just let it go. Let it go. Anyway, y'all. So let's go ahead and hop into this main topic of hip hop made me do it. Of course, with us being on this platform, all of us have a great a love and respect for hip hop. The Hip Hop School Past and Present group was developed how many years ago?
About 4 years ago.
About 4 years ago. Like it was developed, one of the dopest groups on Facebook. It gets intense. The theme song is very accurate. You got to be tight with your tool when you come to the hip hop school. You got to leave your sensitivities, insecurities, or whatever at the door. You hear me? And so we the school was developed. Actually, Supreme, you started the school, right?
Yeah. The idea behind the group was I would post, about hip hop on my main page all the time, and I would notice that those posts get the most attention, the most comments, right? And then I would also notice that the different biases within the regions when people comment, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, well, let's take this shit to a group, you know what I'm saying? Because I noticed every group ain't successful. It's a lot of bullshit Facebook groups that nothing is on, right? You know what I'm saying? Ain't shit popping in that motherfucker, man. And I just felt like I had the right energy with the right people, different people from different regions, you know what I'm saying? And shit, it popped the first day. It's been on and popping since the first day, man. Don't nothing get you going like hip hop. And I think this is what makes this group different from any other hip hop group is a lot of it's so many people from different regions. You get a lot of unpopular opinions, but those are opinions. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of people that agree with those unpopular opinions. So you definitely learn some shit, man. If you from another region and you don't know shit about this place or that place, it's somebody in the group that's from there or got knowledge of that place that's gonna definitely school you on some shit, man. So yeah, man, it's a dope group, man.
Yeah, it's definitely it was definitely something that started and just kind of grew organically. You know what I mean? It was just some real shit. It was just how everybody was just engaged. You know what I'm saying? With all the posts, and it was real debates. You know what I'm saying? And it's really like we call it the hip hop school because it's really motherfuckers that'll tell you they come in there and they, like you said, they didn't learn some shit. They'll tell you like, damn, I ain't know that. You know what I'm saying? And it's really it ain't nothing bigger than what it is, but it's hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a love for hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes down to the whole topic, you know what I'm saying? Hip hop made us start this motherfucking group. So, you know what I mean? So that's my whole take on that whole, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that it was started. I've learned, even though my hip hop IQ is so high, it was so amazing that I was able to learn some things in there. I was like, you know what, I already know it all. You get what I'm saying? So for me to be able to learn something, I was like, you know what? This is pretty dope. You know, even though I learned some things about hip hop, I also learned that, you know, a lot of people have a low hip hop IQ in there. You know what I'm saying? But I also, even with that, it was just being able to, you know, see the difference in like, and being able to respect the fact, well, I don't know if we respect people's opinions that much, but it was like just being able, because you'll get cussed out if you say the wrong thing. But it was just like being able to see how other people in different areas, how much they gravitate to certain artists that you probably didn't think so highly of. That's that's really interesting to see, because like y'all talking about Raz Cass, I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. I don't listen to him. I never listened to him. So with that being said, like being in that group or whatever, it will expose you to artists that you would have necessarily listened to on your own.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean,
go back to listen to Big Timers, and I would damn sure up here listen to that bullshit.
You ain't like the Big Timers?
Not at all.
Oh, how when did you get your first car or something? Did you not have a car when the Big Timers came out?
I might not have one. I don't know. Yeah.
But because if you had a car and you had the Big Timers and everybody get your roll on and you riding around, man, I used to be flying in my little Saturn.
Yeah, for sure. So since we get to the topic too, though, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if we want to bring on our fifth member, you know what I'm saying? Because he part of the establishing the school, and you know what I mean? Get his takes on you know, how hip hop affected his life, you know, and you know, just everybody, you know what I mean? Get all our takes.
Yes, indeed. So
what about you, Daisy? What's your hip hop history?
My hip hop history as far as what?
What made you fall in love with hip hop?
I'm gonna tell you what actually made me fall in love with hip hop is, okay, I have several different stages in my life that impacted me, right? I think my first exposures to like hip hop, like I had MC Hammer and LL Cool J. MC Hammer danced in them pants and you know all that kind of stuff or whatever. I love me some Hammer. I wore Hammer pants. They actually used to sell them Hammer pants at Walmart when I was little, and I used to be playing around in my Hammer pants and stuff. And then I don't know what it was about that song. Mama said, "Knock you out." I'm gonna knock you out. Like that song, you little and you kind of bad, and you hear that song. And then you pop you somebody and you just, you know what I'm saying, you repeat what LL Cool J, my mama said, knock you out, you know. So that got me in a lot of trouble because I was too hype off of it. So it was them. Then I had a point where also, this might sound crazy as hell, but I was crazy about Flavor Flav. And it was like, when they was Public Enemy with the Fight the Power, and I was crazy about Flavor Flav. That clock that had the wrong time, like that. Yeah, boy, like I love that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it was things like that moment where it was certain things that even though you a kid, you kind of get like some animation or something from it, and you you are able to resonate with it or whatever. So it was those guys, and then like later on, when I had got into, because when you're younger, you're not really into like what they're saying and all that kind of stuff. Really, when I had got into more of like actually paying attention to what they saying, the people who did it for me was y'all might not even know who this is, but they was signed to Luke at one point. Endo G and Lil Blunt.
Mhm.
They had a song called "Blame It on the Fool."
Yeah, I
And
know
that was
them.
the first
I
song
remember
that I actually learned all of the lyrics to that song. It was "Blame It on the Funk." I knew it was the funk. It's the funk. Y'all heard that song?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
So
sure.
that was the song that made me start paying attention to lyrics because I wanted to be able to rap that song.
Indeed, indeed. What about
Okay.
you,
What
brother
about you,
True?
brother True?
Well, man, just as she was, going through her story, I was thinking back. It's like from the my earliest memories of music mainly is hip hop. You know what I'm saying? I can remember. I want to say the first song I memorized was either My Mind Playing Tricks on Me by the Ghetto Boys.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I remember having a little flute toy and doing the beat. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And like the Asia said, MC Hammer, you know what I mean, when I was a kid. But also, man, my brother, I remember little, man, my uncle used to have a record player. You know what I'm saying? My mama had a record player in our house. And my brother used to have Run DMC record, LL Cool J. He had The Message, you know what I'm saying? So I remember listening to that, and I didn't really know I knew who Run DMC was, of course, and LL Cool J, but The Message, I'm like, who is that? You know what I'm saying? And when he started telling me, I started going back and start reading magazines and stuff about hip hop and learning, you know what I mean? And ever since then, it was like, after that, it was like I liked it, the Lost Boys, Bone, even Vanilla Ice. I ain't gonna even lie, Ice Ice Baby when I was a kid. I was about 5, 6 when that came out. You know what I'm saying? That was one of my favorite songs. And then,
Yeah.
of course, Pop came out. I used to like the Wu-Tang because my brother listened to the Wu-Tang. I liked that they skits, the kung fu skits, and you know what I'm saying, on the albums as a kid, you know what I'm saying, that was sweet to me. I had never heard movies on music, you know what I'm saying? So like for me, that was it. Then of course, once Pac came out, Pac and Big, it was like, oh yeah, it's on. You know what I'm saying? Like it was this all I'm listening to is rap from here. NWA, my brother Snoop, you know what I'm saying? All that shit. When I was a kid, that's when I was like, all that came out. When I was really starting to first listen to music, I was about 4, 5, 6 years old when all that stuff coming out. You know what I'm saying? So that was like all the first music I was ever listening to was hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what made me. And then you know what I'm saying. Then I had cousins that rap. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So then that just kept me motivated to want to love hip hop and keep listening to it.
For sure.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So let me.
Well, shit, me myself, you know what I'm saying. I go back to the '80s, probably the mid '80s, man. Is when I first fell in love with hip hop. You know what I'm saying. I think I told the story before. I just remember, man, hearing Freaks come out at night, the whole hood playing that shit. You know what I'm saying. There was a lot of people in our hood like back then, a lot of people on the block. So like playing shit like that, Freaks come out at night, Run DMC, King of Rock, Slick Rick. You know what I'm saying? Rakim, you know what I'm saying? Microphone Fiend. So, like, just being a little nigga hearing all that shit. And then when I got a little older, you know what I'm saying? My brother was a real big hip hop fan. He used to have them big ass cases and shit where you put all your tapes in and shit. I used to go through his shit, but he used to have a lot of shit that you wasn't really hearing on the radio. And I think that's how I first started getting it. First started falling in love with like underground shit. You know what I'm saying? He used to have like the Stetsasonics and Ultramagnetics and MC-ADE and all this shit I ain't never heard of, and Rodney O. Joe Cooley and all kind of shit like that. And I used to take his shit, listen to his shit. You know what I'm saying? And I remember being until I was probably like 10 years old. This one niggas was still walking around with the boom box. I had one of the motherfuckers playing Niggas for Life, the whole album. whole summer. That whole summer when it came out, I'm walking around the hood playing Niggas for Life with the boombox. So them was my early days. You know what I'm saying? I really falling in love with hip hop, man, and it just been, like I say, really falling in love with underground hip hop and finding out about shit that you weren't hearing on the radio. You know what I'm saying? And like ever since then, you know, it's always been Mac Mall and a whole bunch of underground shit that I fell in love with early. You know what I mean?
Well, me being the elder statesman of the group,
the old man.
you know, I go back to the early 80s, you know what I'm saying? Like I think around 1980 was when I first heard Soul Sonic Force, Planet Rock. You know what I'm saying? My uncle, man, had a little bitty radio. I'm about 4 or 5. He'd go to work. I'd be at home all day, and I'd just be listening to the radio and listening to different shit. And he had tapes, cassettes, you know what I'm saying? I'm playing them, and when I first heard the shit, man, I was like, this some shit I ain't never heard before. This shit different. It wasn't no disco, it wasn't no funk, it wasn't no soul. It was like aggressive, and you hear the drums and the bass. My uncle and them, they put the speakers and shit in their car. My uncle had a Datsun. And that was the first person I seen put a system in their car and a bass and an 808. You know what I'm saying? That shit was just, it fucked with your soul for real. You know what I'm saying? So, and then they teaching you something. You know what I'm saying? When you that young, you impressionable. So you know what I'm saying? You being taught something, man. And I just fell in love, man. And it was this local radio station, KNON. Shout out to KNON 89.3, Big Al, Casanova, Rock, Snake. They used to play underground hip hop.
What? In Fort Worth, nigga?
Dallas, Fort Worth.
What?
Dallas, Fort Worth. Same radio station, Dallas, Fort Worth, man. That's the first time I heard Too Short.
Damn.
Oh, that's
real.
On underground radio, Public Enemy. You know what I'm saying? Drag rap. Was, you know, they used to play it, man. And they was, you know, hip hop heads, man. And shout out to my mama. She was very supportive in my love for hip hop. She would get me concert tickets to the Fresh Fest. You know what I'm saying? So I would go see Houdini, Run DMC, Fat Boys, Big Daddy Kane. I'm like I've seen all of them in concert. You know what I'm saying? Met Houdini when I was young. So yeah, I've been rolling ever since, man. Shout out to hip hop.
Yeah. Speaking of that, though, real quick, that was one of my early moments too. They used to have this celebrity basketball game. Jerome Bettis used to have a celebrity basketball game. I was probably about 10, 11 years old, man. It was, I met Ice Cube, KD. Who was it? It was what's them niggas? Gorillas in the Mist. What's them niggas' name? Lynch Mob. It was Heavy D. It was a bunch of motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So just being a little nigga, seeing all them niggas up close. You know what I'm saying? High fiving with them. You know what I'm saying? All that type of shit, man. That was definitely, you know what I'm saying, something that sparked, you know what I'm saying, more of that interest and more of that love. You know what I mean?
Yes, indeed. The hip hop is so dope, and it's like there are things in there's with anything, there's going to be some good and there's going to be some bad. But I think with us being, you know, like the Africans throughout the diaspora or whatever the case may be, it's like in, you know, being in a country like that is actually foreign land to you or whatever, and you having to you have your culture stripped from you. Right. And I think the development of hip hop, it gave us a sense of being. It gave us our own culture. You know, it's actually our hip hop is our culture. That's a fact. So I think it's definitely something that is worth worth protecting, and also it's something that is worth, you know, the being given appreciation, because a lot of times I feel like people, they talk outside of their neck and they don't understand, you know, the importance of hip hop, and they be talking outside of their neck. Oh, hip hop is dead. It ain't this, it ain't that, or whatever. It ain't this, it ain't that. But at the end of the day, when you get done talking, that's our culture that you're talking about. It ain't gonna die. You know, it's gonna only thing gonna happen is it's going to just evolve. It's going to change.
You see it now. Yeah, you see it now. It's done created millionaires, billionaires. It done created all these different type of industries and institutions and all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? All
if you look at it, America is hip hop culture right now.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
But
Pretty
you know,
much.
but just like with anything, you know, they figure out what we love. They figure out what can make us powerful and use it against us.
Yes,
Just like
indeed.
just like I love for spirituality, they use it against us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I love for music. I love for the drums. They can use that against us. So, man, we got to know who we are, understand who we are. We got to protect it by any means necessary, man, or the culture becomes dangerous to us. It won't. It'll be a detriment and not a help.
Yes, indeed. So I want to go ahead. We want to go ahead and bring Mental in. Mental is the owner of the Artifacts Clothing and Company
Artifact.
and Artifacts Clothing Company and Graphics. I always mess it up. I'm so sorry. He's and also one of our sponsors. He's also the man behind the machine, the one that does all the lovely graphics that you see for us or whatnot. He's really dope when it comes to like making like anything like graphic design. If you check them out for that as well. I know we're giving away free t-shirts also, but also check them out if you have any graphic needs also. So we're gonna go ahead and bring him in. What's up, Mental?
Peace. What's going on, y'all?
Yo, what up, though?
So,
graphic and printing needs.
Graphic and printing needs. Okay, all right now.
Business cards, all that good stuff.
Yes, indeed. That's what's up. So, Mental, you like one of the first people that was in the hip hop school past and present group, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, one of the originators.
Yeah. So, and you're from New York,
Brooklyn, New York.
Big Apple.
Mm-hmm.
And so, what was it with you, like being from New York, and you're actually seeing things actually even before we get to see it, you know what I'm saying? Because it takes time for the music to move to different regions or whatnot. Who were some of the artists that you first gravitated towards when you came up that made you fall in love with hip hop?
Well, I come from a Spanish speaking household, so it was a little different because my moms and pops was playing the merengue, the salsa. So, but my cousins, they had all the records. So when I used to go to my cousin's crib, I see this BDP, I see Run DMC, Wax, and Rakim, Ice-T. So I was like, yo, what's just the pictures alone had me like, this big old chain homeboy got, you know what I mean? Like, damn, I want one. But the music just blew me away too. I used to come home from school. School lets out at 3:00, and there was a show that came on public access called Video Music Box, and I would record these videos and then play it back, play and pause, and write the lyrics down. I was like, I got to be the cool kid in school reciting this shit. So, so I write the whole shit down, and I learned them like that, and that shit was just lovely, man. And where I used to live, I lived up the block from a YMCA, and Big Daddy Kane, Rakim, and LL used to come to, and a bunch of other people that I ain't know used to come there every Wednesday night to play ball.
Yeah, for real.
And I'm seeing these dudes come in with their chains on and everything, you know, inside they change or whatever. But I'm understanding also like, holy shit, the guys that's on the record.
Yeah.
Yep. And you know what's so crazy? Like when I visited New York, the first time I visited New York, it was about 2000. It was right after 9/11. It was like a little, not right after, but it was everything was still all jacked up or whatever, and people had just got to the point where they were okay with flying. So I don't know, I forget what year that was. But right after that we go to New York or whatever, and it was so cool to see, even with me being from Memphis, our artists, you will run across our artists, but they kind of try and stay out the way. But you will run across them doing normal stuff. When I went to New York, I was just seeing people. It was just like, it wasn't like they was out, but it'd be like, oh, this person is having this show and they in the window. You could see the different artists. Like you could be just walking down the street and they could be doing something, having a interview or something like that, and they'll just get up, come up to the window and let the people see them and stuff like that. So I was just seeing people and I was like, okay, this what's up, but then after a while, I just didn't think nothing of it. So it's crazy that they're so free like that they run around, because somebody even told me that, I don't know who told me this, but Mental, you could probably clarify this. They said that, I think it was Big Joe. I don't know if he had a coffee shop or a pizza shop or something like that. Then Big
Fat Joe?
Huh?
Fat Joe?
Fat Joe. I didn't call this man Big Joe. He's put in Facebook jail now. I don't even like saying the word fat no more. Look, I'm these folks done traumatized and institutionalized me. Y'all see that shit?
Big Joe. We got your back.
Yeah. Fuck Mark Zuckerberg got me like this. Got me fired with PTSD and shit. Fuck Mark Zuckerberg.
So Fat Joe on what?
So Fat Joe. Yeah, you trying to put me in a trick bag. This man trying to trick me out my spot. He trying to make me say fat so I get tricked out my spot. Zuckerberg looking for me, man. They coming, they gunning for me.
Joey Crack.
Joey Crack. Okay. So he had a shop.
365.
Okay, but the person, somebody told me, I don't know who told me this, but somebody told me he just used to be just standing out there chilling, like they'll just be standing outside his shop like it ain't nothing.
Yeah, when I was a senior, I got a job at a mixtape store, and in there, Envy used to come in there before he was big. He used to come there all the time. DJ Clue, Nas used to come there, just stand outside because we had to speak outside. NORE used to come in and ask me to play some freestyle he did on some mixtape. I never even heard of the guy. I'm like, all right, bro. And I play for him, because fuck it, it's customers.
Right.
And like looking back now, I'm like, damn, I was in the mix.
Right. He was in the mix. He was right in the middle of it.
I was just dead, like, who these dudes, man?
But that's how, and that's crazy because a lot of the times back in the day, when I was younger, man, you would hear about or you would see the rappers when they come to Detroit, they'd be kind of the same way because, like, honestly, like Detroit not really like a star-struck city, you know what I'm saying? Outside of, you know what I mean, certain people, but so like you would see the rappers at clubs and certain venues just kicking it, you know what I'm saying? With the other rappers, local rappers here, but they wouldn't really be on no bougie shit. Like, you can't you be in the bar, be in the club with them, they be right there kicking it, you know what I'm saying? Like on some chill shit. That was I remember that from back in the day, going to the bars and some of the rappers, like I remember E40 being in the club back in the day. You know what I'm saying? You had even before, like Trick Daddy, before he got into it with what's his name? You know what I'm saying? He used to be in the bars and shit like that for back in the day.
Oh, I wish I would have met Trick Daddy back in the day, because baby, that man was so fine to me. Oh my God. Look at some gold mouth. Sometimes I just be thinking, I said, you know what? I wouldn't mind riding his gold mouth. You hear me? Like, listen, that man was so fine to me. Like, oh my God. Oh my God. But the thing is, he was like Trick Daddy. I know y'all probably don't hear, but that man was fine as all get out. Then when he came out, okay, shut up. And then he said that girl asked him, are those Bugle Boy jeans you wearing? He said, hell no, these polo. I like the way he did that shit. I was like, oh Lord have mercy.
But on the cool, hip hop taught us about sex.
It did.
A lot of people
I found that black motherfucker sexy. God damn. The Trick Daddy, unfortunate man, fuck Lupus, man. Cause that man was so fine. And he went from Trick Daddy Dollar to Florida Evans. Damn.
Yeah, he looks
like, oh my God. Like, why they do him like that?
It did though. That's hip hop. Like you say, hip hop made me do it. So when it comes to sex, you know what I'm saying? That's the title of the show. When it comes to sex, shit, a lot of motherfuckers.
Also, man, hip hop was instrumental.
How they figured it out.
Hip hop was instrumental in my journey of knowledge of self. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people say that, man, like listening to KRS-One was the first time I heard Jesus was black, you know?
Right.
And that shit fucked me up. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And then he was giving out Bible verses and shit where you can go and look at shit. And then Chuck D and Public Enemy, I was so into Chuck D and Public Enemy, he kept saying Farrakhan and Elijah Muhammad and Farrakhan. I'm like, man, who the fuck is these niggas talking about? Like, I love Chuck D. I want to know who this nigga love.
Exactly.
And I asked my mom, I'm like, Mama, who is Farrakhan? You know what I'm saying? She was like, oh, that's that Muslim dude. He be on the radio every Sunday at such and such. Nigga, I couldn't wait till Sunday because they had a local, they broadcast locally down here, and I heard that shit. And that was the first time I ever heard Farrakhan, that nigga was saying that the white man was the grafted devil created on an island by other black people. That shit fucked me up. I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, damn. And then like 2 weeks later, I told my mom, like, Mom, I'm a Muslim. Don't make me no baby no more.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? I'm like 14.
Wow.
I'm like 14, man. Shout out Chuck D, man, for real.
Yeah, there it goes. There it
That's
goes.
dope.
Hip hop. Yeah, hip hop make you know what I'm saying, especially young like that. You know, seeing that shit for the first time and shit. But even like Cube, you know what I'm saying? We used to speak about, Khaled, you know what I'm saying, and shit like that. Back in the day, you know what I'm saying? Like, Cube, he was probably my first favorite rapper, you know what I'm saying? Ice Cube was my first favorite rapper, going back to America's Most Wanted and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? So
I was mad at Cube for leaving NWA. I was down with NWA when Cube left. Even though I listened to Cube, and eventually I understood and I switched over. But at first, I was like, man, nigga, mark ass nigga, man. That nigga left NWA, man. But
I was mad when he left too, yeah. But then when he started setting fire to them, I was like,
yeah.
When I found out he wrote all this shit, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And man, when I was young too, one of my like the rappers that's like shocked me, like what he was saying. I first heard Esham, you know what I'm saying, from Detroit. He had a song called I forgot the name of the song, but it was like Mama Don't Cry, One Day I'ma Die. Mama don't cry, cause ain't no heaven up in the sky. One day I'ma fade away, set the world on fire, watch the sky turn gray. And the shit he was saying, he was like talking about God. And I'm listening to like, man, this nigga gonna go to hell. You know what I'm saying? At the time, his brain's twisted, you know what I'm saying? He listening like, I'm at camp, one of the camp directors playing Esham the whole time. He had a song, man. He had a song talking about he had to saw some out cold, so I'm like, damn, like they let niggas say this type of shit and rap, you know what I'm saying? Like that was like the outside of loop, that was like the first time I had heard niggas talking, you know what I'm saying? So he was on some shit, man. You know what I'm saying? And I like the Esham after that. And he was independent too. He was one of the first dudes back in the day to actually get an independent deal, you know what I'm saying? Right here from Detroit, of course. You know what I'm saying? I grew up listening to a lot of Detroit artists, you know what I'm saying? Can't forget the D, you know.
I remember one time I was bumping Gangsta Nip loud as fuck in the house. And if y'all done heard Gangsta Nip, then y'all know that's one of the most graphic horror, what's that, horror rap?
He's a horror
hip hop artist there is. This nigga was talking about killing his granny and all kind of shit, man. And my mama busted in the room. She was like, boy, what the hell is you listening to?
Yeah, because Gangsta Nip is worse than
she was like,
Lynch to me.
She was like, I know others don't listen to that.
Farrakhan, I got you listening to that shit.
Yeah, because the thing is, like for me, I'm like, you was bumping Gangsta Nip in the house like that, because Gangsta Nip, like, I listen to some horrorcore, like I listen to Gangsta Nip and Brother Lynch or whatever. Gangsta Nip worse than Brother Lynch to me, as far as the lyrics.
Yeah, that nigga was tripping, man.
Yeah, brother Les. Hey. Yeah, so speaking of all that, we done talked about how we done fell in love with hip hop. So let's talk about, you know what I mean, our past, dibbles and dabbles in hip hop as far as if anybody was an artist, you know what I mean, and things like that. So Deasia, let me ask you. I know you did your thing for a minute, you know what I mean, on the mic and everything. So so how did that start for you? You know what I'm saying? How did that start for you? And you know, what happened with that, you know what I'm saying? And go ahead and tell your story.
So for me, it's quite a journey that got me into actually rapping or whatever. So for me, I started out with this thing where I used to deal with like this thing about thinking about like why are we here, right? And I've never I was one of those kids that was indoctrinated. So it was one of those things where I grew up in the household, they practice religion and all this whole kind of stuff. So, and you're told if you don't believe this and all that, something is going to happen to you, going to hell. And so you will conform to a certain extent, but it's kind of like in the back of my mind, it's like, I really don't believe this shit. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what ended up happening was for me, I always coming up, I had a whole bunch of love, a whole bunch of affection, all this old kinds of stuff. But because I thought differently, I felt like I was alone. You know what I'm saying? I was so glad when that when the 2012 and all that kind of stuff, and people was thinking that the world ended, and we had to say it's the Mayan calendar and all that. And I knew when I knew like way younger that there's gonna be the age of the Aquarius, all this old kind of stuff, the age of information, right? So I was thinking like, damn, I can't wait till that happen. I'm gonna be able to be around people who think like me. So I went through this process where I didn't have anybody. I didn't feel like I had anybody but myself. So what I would do is I would write poems. I started writing poems. I had first doing like a dear diary and just doing a journal, and that shit was kind of like, I'm like, this shit feel a little weird, like I'm fucking talking to myself. You know what I'm saying? So I started writing poems, and I was like, you know what, I'm pretty good at this shit. And then I did with the good with the poems. And so then after that, remember it was a point in time where we used to leave on our voicemail on our phones and stuff. We'll leave different songs and stuff like that.
Right.
And I was like, I don't want none of this shit on my voicemail. I'm gonna write my own song. So I wrote my little rap. You reach 90100 something, wrote my own little rap or whatever. And people was like, girl, what the fuck is you doing? You know? So that was my first time rapping, writing my little song, right?
Okay.
So I was writing the poems. I'm still writing the poems. And when you're writing poems, in English, I loved English, and they was teaching us like how to write sonnets, how to write haikus, how to, like different styles of poems and all that kind of stuff. I got cold with that shit.
Yeah.
So when I got good at that, it was like I already know how to arrange it and everything like that. And I love music. And it was just it was one particular time I ended up I already had a love for music, but it was one particular time I was with my best friend at the time, which was a guy, and he was rapping. And I go to the studio with him, and one of the guys that's supposed to be on the song didn't come to the studio. And so of course, y'all can hear my voice is kind of deep, raspy or whatever, got that southern swing to it and shit. So the guys was like, okay, little Snoop not here, but maybe she can get on here and say this and it could still sound good. So we all get up to the mic and I had to say, sound all syndicated. So I'm like, okay, I'm in the motherfucking studio. You know what I'm saying? So then after that, it's like having that first experience of actually being in the studio, not just sitting there looking pretty, being involved and, being part of it. I was like, I like this. So I started writing rhymes or whatever the case may be. And I never did anything with it though. I never did anything with it because I was scared, because for me it was like poetry is personal. I didn't share my poetry. And it's like I felt like, you know, certain art forms you don't share that with everybody, because once it becomes available to people, they feel like they have control over your art. You know what I'm saying? They think they could dictate your creative ability and shit. You know what I'm saying? They could tell you when to move, when being an artist, it don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get that feeling. Right. So I know I'm being a little long-winded, but I gotta take y'all through my journey. But anyway, so after that or whatever, we ended up so after that, what ended up happening that made me really start rapping for real was I know I could do this shit. So I had ended up going to a club called Maxwell that's in Dallas. I done left Memphis and everything by this time. I never actually rapped in Memphis.
Oh, for real?
So I come out here, which I should have, because I knew so many motherfuckers then. Yeah. If I knew better, I would have did better, because I had so many fucking connections then. So I get out here or whatever, and it's this club called Maxwell they used to have in Dallas, and they did like an open mic and all that. Ricky Smiley actually used to be over the open mic. Mm-hmm. So I actually, somebody convinced me to go up there and do one of my poems. So I used to start going to the open mic, Ricky Smiley's open mic, all the time, and doing my poems and shit, motherfuckers from different movies and all that kind of stuff, or be in the building or whatever. I felt like somebody in that bitch. So I was getting a high off this. You get what I'm saying? So a particular situation presented itself where it was once again like the same scenario when I was back home and I was in the studio and was like, you need to get on this song. I had the same type of thing. It was a guy that I was dating at this particular time. He was rapping, and I go to the studio with him, and they looking at me. At first, I had this big ass afro, so they like, "Ooh, you look like Jill Scott. You must be poetry or something like that." So I was like, "Leave me alone." So anyway, they needed a woman on the track. And so I was like, I know how to rap. And they was like, girl, you don't know how to rap. You look like you do poetry, some neo soul type shit. And I'm like, I know how to rap. And so I was like, let me hear the beat and I could write the rap. And so they let me hear the beat. And I wrote my bars or whatever the case may be. And they was like, okay, her ass really can rap. So I recorded that. That was my first song ever. Okay. After then, that I actually recorded. Then after then, I did my first. After then, I got invited to a block party, but people said that if you gotta pay in order to come, and I was like, oh, it's a block party with people rapping. I'm not paying to come. I said, let me rap too. And I don't want to pay to come. I don't want to come. At that point, I had got to a point. I ain't coming to no rap event. I ain't doing shit. I ain't paying to get into nothing. I rap too. You know what I'm saying? Put me on the roster. You know what I'm saying? That's how I was. Like, you got to put me on the roster. So it had got to the point that shit. I ain't even had no song at the point I'm talking all this shit. So I had to end up making my first original song, which was Hog Killing. You bought me a beat, did all that or whatever. I bought got the beat, recorded the song, all that, was able to perform at the block party and shit. And then after that, it was like, you know, people was asking for me. I would go to like the open mics and all that kind of stuff. And I never would work with guys though. I never would work with men. The reason why I won't work with men and have men on my songs, because I never wanted it to be like, okay, he wrote for her. It took me a long time to start working with guys because I was like confident in myself and I'm like, I'm good. But at first I would not work with guys. So that's what ended up happening. But now I'm gonna tell you something though, and I'm gonna be through with it. Rapping, writing, all that is an actual skill. If it's something, whatever it is that you do, you know what I'm saying? I don't care if it's producing, I don't care if you rapping, anything that you have as a gift. If you do not nurture it, you will definitely lose it. And if you lose that shit, it'd be hard to get it back. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, even if you're not doing it, anybody that's out there that's trying to do it seriously, even if you have like moments in the life where, you know, life hits you or whatever, and you ain't able to push it as hard as you would like to, still just sit around and have fun with it and do it to keep that keep you sharp, because now you can't even, like, I barely be able to push some shit out.
Oh, you put some stuff out though. When somebody gets you mad, they go on the chopping block.
No, I can't. I just I don't. This is not even writer's block. This I done lost it. I don't know. I don't know how to do it.
Well, go ahead. Hey, well, go ahead and tell your story, man. You know what I'm saying? When did you first pick up the mic? You know what I'm saying? When you first started writing, and you know,
the first rap I wrote was to Public Enemy "Shut 'Em Down," the Pete Rock remix. That's the first that they had the instrumental on the record.
Pete Rock remix, huh? Okay.
Oh, "Shut 'Em Down," man.
But what made you start writing?
I was hanging with a couple of cats, and we was like, "Let's make a rap." I was a DJ. I was a DJ for anything. I DJ parties and shit.
Oh, for real?
And I was hanging with a couple of cats in my apartments. Rest in peace, Sire. We was like, "Let's form a rap group," and we was like, "Well, do anybody know how to make beats?" Nope. So we would just go steal instrumentals off people's albums, and that's the first instrumental I stole was the Pete Rock "Shut 'Em Down" remix. I wrote I don't know, it wasn't no 16 because I didn't know what the fuck 16 was. I just wrote a verse. You know what I'm saying? And then later on, you know, I kept writing and shit. And later on, me and two other partners, Die G and Other Words, we formed a group called Armed and Dangerous. Okay. This was like 2000, 99, 2000, 98 through 2000, right before I went to the penitentiary. And we had a group. We put out an album. It was a dope album. Okay. And then shit, I didn't do shit. I didn't put out nothing else until the RBG shit, to the Nat Turner music.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I always know I could write. You know what I'm saying? You know, I wasn't the best MC, but I could get in there and rap. You know what I'm saying? I knew how to make some shit sound good. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, man. I done put out about 3 albums, man.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. Brother Truth, go ahead and tell your story, man.
Truth,
man. When I
Freestyle King. I mean, no, the Battle King. My bad, the Battle King.
Yes, sir.
And, when I was younger, like I said earlier, man, my cousins used to rap. You know what I'm saying? They had a group, and they was actually recording and you know what I'm saying, putting out it was still tapes at the time. I was real young, about 8, 9, 10 years old. You know what I'm saying? So I used to sit around them, and then they used to have me started off freestyling with them. You know what I'm saying? They just had me rap, like, go ahead and rap, man. You could do it. It's easy. You know what I'm saying? I just say anything. You know what I'm saying? Make some shit rhyme at the time. So then fast forward to I was about 13, about 12, 13 when I wrote my first rap. I ain't write it to no beat. I was just writing on the paper. You know what I mean? And from there, I started meeting dudes my age that was rapping. You know what I'm saying? One of my homeboys, his name was Velo at the time. His name his rap name 40.Cash. You know what I'm saying? He used to rap, and when he was real cold, like he cold, like that's one of my favorite rappers in the world. Like I think he one of the best rappers. I can't wait till he come out. You know what I'm saying? I know he gonna blow. You know what I'm saying? But I got with him, and he was going to the studio recording. I had never, you know what I'm saying, been to the studio or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I didn't make it to the studio till I was in high school. They put this booth in the mall. You know what I'm saying? And then back then, you know, it really wasn't the programs on the computer and all that stuff didn't come till later. You know what I'm saying? So you really had to go to a real studio, pay your hourly rate. You know what I'm saying? So they put this little booth in the mall that was cheap. It was like $15, $20 an hour or $20 a song. You know what I'm saying? You can go in there, record. You know what I mean? They ain't really mix it, all that. You take it and get it mixed later. So that was the first time I actually recorded. And I did something to it was a Jay-Z, the Chains Clothes beat. I did like a little, I wrote something to that, you know what I'm saying? Spit something to that. And then from there, I got with some homeboys in school, you know what I'm saying? I used to write. Then at one time I got with this guy, he had a little label and shit, you know what I'm saying? He signed me or whatever back in the day. I was like 16, 17. But I never really got to record, or if I did record, it was always at somebody else's studio. You know what I'm saying? I didn't actually do no music that I had and kept until I was like 19, you know what I'm saying, 20, you know what I'm saying, when it started being more accessible on the computer, you know what I'm saying, niggas start having more studios in their basement at the crib, you know what I'm saying, with the laptop Fruity Loops when that first came out and dropped, you know what I'm saying, everybody was jumping on that. So that's when I was, I was around that time and that age. And then I went to college. I did my first show in college with my man's Flo. You know what I mean? We did a couple songs. We had a producer. His name was Boogie, man. He was cold too. I used to call him the Detroit Kanye West. He do comedy too. He a comedian now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was my journey, man. I never really got a chance to record a full album or really put music out. I used to have my music on MySpace, but it got deleted. That was like all the music that I had that I could point somebody to, but you know what I'm saying? I had
MySpace don't exist no more.
It still exists, but it's like they reset it or some shit. I tried to go on there and look for it, but I do got it. Like we did a DVD in like 2005. We did like a little documentary called The Real 8 Mile, because that's where I'm from in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? The back street. Shout out to the back street. Shout out to the hood. You know what I'm saying? So we did a documentary. So I got like, we was on the soundtrack. So I got like, you know, during the documentary, it shows in the studio and, you know, recording and all that. So I do got that. I could, you know, I'll be going checking, referencing back to
look from the same neighborhood, Eminem. That's what's up.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not. No. Don't disrespect my hood like that. Eminem is not from my hood.
I thought he had a movie called 8 Mile.
So he not from 8 Mile? Why you
Eminem,
your people?
No, that's not my people. Eminem ain't from my hood, bro.
You don't want to put the 8 Mile on the map though. So why you not? Why you don't want to claim Eminem?
First of all, that's to outsiders of the world. Maybe he put 8 Mile on the map, but in the city, he did not put 8 Mile on the map.
You don't have to put 8 Mile on the map.
You're not on the map. In the city, if you just local, you're not on the map. I'm talking about who put you on the actual map.
I wouldn't want to claim him either, bro.
That's
it's world famous niggas from 8 Mile, man. That was way before.
That's news to my ears. Wow, we gotta do some research about that.
Yeah, do some research.
Yeah, that man
from my hood. I don't know what part of 8 Mile.
One of the hardest MCs to touch the mic, and you don't want to claim that man.
Oh,
what's
no,
wrong with you?
That's in your opinion.
That's a big.
That's in your opinion. Eminem not even in my top 10 from Detroit, bro. Like Eminem, hey, nah.
Y'all just don't like him because he's white, and y'all really do need to keep it above. You act like
it ain't got nothing to do with him being white.
I'm gonna tell you the problem is you don't like Eminem, but then you like Vanilla Ice.
I was a kid. When I was 12, 13, when Eminem came out, I listened to Eminem. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I'm just saying right now, I don't listen to him.
Proud of him for repping your hood.
Yeah, that's why you should be happy.
He wasn't even saying nothing about 8 Mile when he first came out. That was a movie he put out. That was just the name of the movie, because he from the other side of 8 Mile. He was living in the trailer park on the other side that divides the city.
So
that's why
the other side is 8 Mile, right? It's two sides to 8 Mile, right?
Yes, one is not Detroit and one is Detroit.
Yeah, because I did hear that 8 Mile was in Detroit.
That's somebody's no. One side of 8 Mile is not Detroit. One side is Detroit. So
don't worry about it. I'll do my research tonight. Yeah. Don't worry about
it. I'm born and raised in the city of Detroit. 8 Mile D Block Derby.
I'll be out of Facebook jail in 3 days. I'll have my report ready.
Come on through. No, just come on through.
Come on report.
Wow.
Do your field research.
I'll be there in August. I'm gonna do some field research. I'll be there in August.
That's what's up. All right. Hey,
I'm gonna have an Eminem t-shirt on.
Don't do it. Hey, so Mental Son. So I know you had your little vegan rap, you know what I'm saying, that you had did at one point.
No, that was just one verse.
Okay, but
I should started in high school. I think it was 92, and we formed a group called Dead Man. Oh, yeah. And my name was Crossbones. And everybody in the group had dead names. Demise, Past Tense was another dude.
Niggas say Past Tense.
Evilistic. It was just some horrorcore type shit. And then, you know, as I started getting some knowledge, I was like, wait, this ain't the shit. And then Gravediggers came out, so we was like, yeah, we got to drop this shit. And then then we changed the group name to Catch 22, and I changed my name to Mental Son, MENTAL, Mental Son.
Oh,
and we used to everybody used to come to my crib. We used to light up, drink, play instrumentals, and write. And in about 2 hours or so, whoever got a verse gets on the track. I had like a boombox that plays a CD and had a tape deck. And if you play the CD, you can record whatever voice you put through plus the instrumental. So I used to go shopping for CD singles with the instrumental. Right. We come home and just play that shit for an hour or two and everybody write. So it felt like kind of like a Wu-Tang vibe because there was like eight people. There was like 4 in one group, 3 in another group, but we all just used to just hang together. And that shit was just fun as hell, man. And I wish I'd never stopped, because once I stopped, I was like, oh shit, this is not like riding a bike no more.
Hey, so did any of your other group members, did they ever do anything?
One of them still doing shit. He's a producer now, and he like occasionally raps still. And it's interesting because we used to call him Nas because he sounded like Nas to us. We was like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah,
it was the Ecuadorian Nas, we call him.
That's what's up.
But the furthest I got was sitting on True Master couch one day, and he asked me he threw on an instrumental, and I fucked it all up, G. And I was like, you know what?
I couldn't imagine you rapping Mental.
That nigga say he fucked it up.
That was my shit. They dudes and the own crew and my crew used to say that I was the nicest one. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm like, hell no.
You got something you used to. Do you remember any one of your raps?
Reverb Nation, Mental Son.
Do you remember anything? Can we hear some bars?
Hold on, how come you only ask me for bars?
I'm just saying, cause I can't imagine you rapping though.
I want bars from you, from Kaji. We know he still got it. I want my man Rick Ross to spit.
Go first, man. So set it out.
I just told you what happened to me, dog.
You ain't got no bars.
Some old shit.
I got some old shit.
Let's
like
go
I forever.
We all got old shit. Most except for Preem got the most recent shit probably. And you know what I'm saying?
How you do? Battle rap.
Oh, in the battles, I don't count that.
Coming out, Mental, got to give me some bars, man. You always got to be ready and prepared. Somebody that.
Hey, but Heezy, did you tell your story, Heezy?
Nah, I ain't tell my story.
Hey, Rick Ross told me that hip hop started in the South, so we gonna.
If I spit, then you gotta spit, and then
let's have Heezy tell his story first.
If I spit, everybody that said they rap gotta spit something.
Wait,
I check that. I wrote this in 1998 in the penitentiary. No,
wait.
1999.
Let Heezy tell his story first about, you know what I'm saying, how he was rapping, you know what I'm saying, whatever.
We're gonna end the show with some hot fire, some bars.
Okay, we do that. All right, but as far as my story, man, I ain't really I started to do something like in high school, like around 9th, 10th grade and shit. Me and one of my homeboys had hooked up. You know what I'm saying? We said we was gonna build a little studio. You know what I'm saying? That was the whole plan. We're gonna build this little studio. We was gonna be producers, like track masters type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like a little producer team. You know what I mean? So the whole thing was he was gonna get some equipment. I was gonna get some. We was gonna start matching shit up. You know what I'm saying? So I had got a little 4-track. You know what I'm saying? Thinking I'm putting something together. He had got a little beat machine. You know, shit like that. Then I ain't really have it like that. He did. So he started getting more shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. It's like, I know he done put the whole shit together, you know what I'm saying? It kind of slid me to the side a little bit. But anyway, I did. I did used to go over there and rap a little bit. So I probably got maybe 4 original tracks that I put together with the beat and everything. I still got them. I probably let y'all hear them one day. They ain't about shit, to be honest with you. But you know what I'm saying? Back then, for some high school shit, I was a teenager, you know what I'm saying? Like 16, 17, 18, some shit like that. But me, my homeboy, it was me and two of my homeboys. We ain't had no name for the group and no shit, but we did put together some dope ass shit on the Tila Show Enough beat. You know what I'm saying? And the shit motherfuckers was passing it around. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? In high school and shit, motherfuckers was bumping it, motherfuckers was loving that shit. Shit disappeared. You know what I'm saying? That's the only one I'm mad about. You know what I'm saying? The shit had disappeared. The shit. You know what I'm saying?
Practicing.
Yeah. Oh. So, but other than that, man, that was pretty much my only thing, man. Like I said, I made a few beats. You know, I never did get back in the studio. You know what I'm saying, and try to put something together. Like I said, I wasn't really about shit on the mic. I kind of had like that slow flow, too short, 8-ball kind of. You know what I'm saying? Kind of flow type shit. But
hey Deja, how about if
that was my career, man?
How about if we play something instead?
You don't want to spit? The man scared.
I ain't got nothing to
play. Nervous. Listen, I don't know how I popped up in the middle.
I'm not nervous. I just don't remember.
You ain't gotta spit on me too. You don't remember.
It's 20 years old. It's 20 years old.
Okay.
Same.
Hey, you got something you want to spit?
Let me see. I think I can remember some of this verse.
Okay. See, that's inspiration right there.
Yeah, matter of fact, here you go. I was straight pepping off smooth instruments, another veal. With my nigga J Diddy keeping it real. Rockin' Tommy Hill, Lex Luthor spitting something you can feel. Rockin' flows with through telepathic flows while smoking Gantos. Rockin'. Damn, I can't even remember it.
You can't remember it.
I can't remember it.
A-bars is cool. A-bars is cool.
That sounded smooth though. I ain't gonna lie. That sounded all right though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's all I can.
You want to spit something?
Yeah. Hey, this is back in my 5% of days, right? Check it out. It's just a sign of the times. Seeking you shall find that the answers in your mind. Take a minute to reflect on your divine intellect. Stop throwing up your set. Them niggas ain't rolled for you yet. When will you start learning that the sun won't stop burning, the earth won't stop turning? That's why I'm teaching you this sermon. We all have the abilities to lead these facilities. Know your capabilities. My real G's feeling me. This place be killing me. But I stay striving. Try to wake up to 85. And can you feel my energy vibing? I'm thriving with this culture called Islam. Open up the Quran. That's how you defeat Shaitan. I feel you hate ton. So I'm going to spin off like a Dayton. Give me fruits and vegetables. You can keep your bacon. I don't dine on the swine. It's for the dumb, deaf, and blind. The day will surely come when you get left behind. I'm trying to see the hereafter. I self Lord and Master. I depend on self while others depend on Casper.
Okay. Peace, God.
That was nice. That 5% of shit, nigga.
Peace, God.
Nigga. Poor righteous teachers. Poor righteous teachers. Shit.
Let me see what I want to see. I'm gonna say, do I want to spit something sexy or I want to spit something hard? I'm gonna do something hard because I don't need people all in my business.
They can't whoop you.
They can't whoop you.
Let's see here. I'm straight up out the backwoods, country outside with barefoots, bar none, and serve all on some wish a nigga wood shit, vampirical antics, thirsty for blood, strictly on some get you shit. In the crime I indulge, you keep on claiming you're thug, better have a gun for it. Face on the milk cart and body found in the ditch. There he go. We gonna get him coming to him full throttle. Reason I'm drinking this filth to crack his head with the bottle. Violators get shot and survivors get shot again. Now I'm murking for nothing, let alone some dividends. You will swear. The pistol orgasmic busting back to back. Give you something harder than hemorrhoids in your ass crack. Bet you get your ass back. I done had it, goddamn it. It's cashmere, it's PCG money, bring the damage. I'm so not average. Chill out with that mad. Instead of jumping on your ass, I'd rather slap you with my tablet, bitch. Okay. I ain't mad at you.
Damn.
Who next?
Brother True.
I say, I heard it's niggas that's plotting on popping me. I pray to God every day that that's not in my prophecy, but I ain't scared to go out shooting. I won't rest in peace easy, even if I go out ruthless. But most niggas end up losing. The path to their demise is what most end up choosing. They snitching, get murdered, or end up using the same drug that they used to sell. Get knocked was a killer last week, same dudes a tell. The cops where you making a drop, no religion on the outside. In the pen, he making some lots. Fuck walking in my shoes, you couldn't play in my socks. As a kid, was respected by grown men. I looked them in their eyes so they could see I was my own man as prophet. I ain't never been a follower, nigga. The hood got many traps that'll swallow a nigga, like the narcs and the haters who want to hollow a nigga. But that's why I be circling twice. But in my hood, damn, I forgot. I say that's why I be circling twice. But if a nigga want beef, man, I will murk him tonight. But the police will capture your life. And that's sicker than any sentence that any rapper could write. You was a hooper. How you rapping your life? You was taught stick to the script, but you ain't even acting that right. And that's faker than Monopoly money. Anybody thinking about testing me, they gotta be dummies. Or feeling big, must be ready to die. Had my top on the aim, had my aim on the top, had to steady my eye. It ain't a rapper that's not in my sight. All you gotta do is listen. You can't deny that the prophet is nice. I'm from the D where they burying niggas. It's either be judged by 12 or 6, carry a nigga. Life's a bitch, but I married a nigga. No divorce, so I'm in it to death. Look at the game, man. This shit is a mess. Any lame can be considered the best. What happened to being real and actually having skills? Male groupies in my face asking me have I killed? I just stare at them stupid and tell these dudes to chill. Put my hand in my pocket to keep it closer to steel, because the only thing I trust is my gut. My cousin B took 9 and they just found red in the trunk. That's why I be high, eyes red, low, lead in the pump. We ain't headed to an end headed for us.
Oh, shit, that man snapped on that bitch.
How old is that?
Battle King, the Battle King.
That, bro?
Did you say life's a bitch and you married a nigga? What?
Yeah, life's a bitch, so I married a nigga. Life's a bitch, so I married a nigga.
So life is a bitch, so I married her.
Yeah.
Oh, I married her.
Life is a bitch, so I married her.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, okay. I thought you said you married a nigga.
What?
This my ear.
Like, Phoenix, you put the gloves on. It's over.
Yeah,
no take back.
Next time you see him, man, listen, he gonna have to stand on his square, brother.
Yeah, you got to stand on that behavior for sure. Next time I see him, I'm going in this good. Boom.
I apologize, brother. I don't want to fight, brother. I don't.
Nah, too late.
Something different.
No, fuck that.
I'm an instigator too. I'm an instigator. I'm gonna be like, you remember what Preem said about you, brother? Truth.
Hey, before we get, hey, tell me some of y'all top 3 local artists that y'all like from y'all own cities that don't, like y'all underground local, you know what I'm saying? That y'all like.
I'll go right quick. Ty Ferris. Is Babyface Ray and them underground still? They probably ain't underground still, are they?
Does it have to be underground? Did you say that? Underground?
Yeah, I mean, you can go just your favorite local artist. I ain't tripping.
But yeah, Babyface Ray. Damn, there's so many though, man. I'm gonna say the last one tied between Payroll and Peace. Do it like that.
I don't have any input. I don't know too many. It ain't nothing shaking out here.
Y'all don't skip over me.
Yeah, see, y'all from the sticks.
I'm talking about ever though, like all time. It could be old people, like it could be whenever, like just your favorite.
My favorite, if they underground, like I'm somebody that probably be considered underground now. I don't know if people would consider Kevin Gates underground, but I think he is not as mainstream if one would have like to believe. His new stuff don't come out on radio, so I say Kevin Gates, Sauce Walker.
He said local.
From where you from? From Memphis.
Oh, from me, I'm from. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. I don't keep up with the local Memphis scene. I don't keep up with the local Memphis scene. It's like if y'all don't get y'all ass on the radio, then I'm not gonna hear y'all. Because like the people that I used to talk to that'll put me on to certain music or whatever, I disassociated myself. So I ain't in no part of like any underground like vibe or movement like I used to be, but nah, I
There's some underground artists around here kicking up dust. I just ain't up on it right now.
Yeah, I'm up.
Well, I grew up down the block from J. Rue, the Damager, and from Master Killer from the Wu-Tang. He was like a block away too. So them two fellas, and my local favorite is one of my boys. His name is Mitchell Ames. He's like one of the ones that kept rhyming from the old group, and he still rhymes. He sounds a little like Cool G Rap.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he got the lisp and everything. It's natural.
Yeah, for me though, I say, man, growing up it was rock bottom. You know what I'm saying? The street lore wine. You know what I mean? That's Big Hurt. You know what I mean? I like Big Hurt. Rock, like I said, rock bottom, Big Hurt. And then like my homeboy, he in the group. He just got in the group too. His name 40 Cash. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's still my favorite rapper. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like. True story, like dude cold. The freestyle I shared in the group, that was him. You know what I'm saying? So like,
yeah, that was cold too. That was cold blooded.
Yeah. So, I know we all the way over time, but we want to address this really quick because we always do that every show, and we want to address this like really, really quick. We want to address the actual school post. The school post is. This is something that we always incorporate what happens in the school in the group, and y'all see I don't want to make this post, so if y'all down in the comments or watching y'all feel some type of way, it's okay. Y'all could cuss me out or whatever. Just make sure you subscribe.
At least 10 people.
Y'all know. Hold on. Okay, so. I don't know who needs to hear this, but Lauryn Hill is a singer that can rap, not a rapper who can sing. And comparing her to actual female rappers is a slap in the face. First, before y'all go in on me, does anybody, do any one of y'all agree with me?
Listen, no, I don't, but I will say this: you do have a point as far as the album. Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, because that was mainly she was mainly singing on that album.
It wasn't a rap album.
That's what I'm saying. She was mainly singing on that album. But before that, though, with the Roots, them two Roots albums, she was spitting on that. She was spitting like a motherfucker on both of them albums.
The Fugees.
I mean, you talking about my bad, Fugees. My bad, the Fugees. Them two Fugees.
She was the nicest one in that group, rapping.
So with that logic, Deja, you have to say the same thing about Andre 3000.
No.
Look, in the group he was spitting. He dropped his only solo album. He's singing. That's the same scenario with Lauryn Hill.
Does Lauryn Hill? Okay, so this is the thing with Andre 3000 that why I don't like about people or whatever the case may be, and even with the Lauryn Hill. Did Lauryn Hill not sing when she was with the Fugees? She sung when she was with the Fugees, right?
A little bit.
And Andre did too.
She sung on the hook, yeah.
What song was Andre 3000 singing on prior to the Love Below?
It was a few.
That's not singing.
Aquemini. I think it was a few on the Aquemini.
That's not singing. Bombs over Baghdad. Don't pull that thing out unless you're ready to bang.
It's not rapping.
Okay, that's.
I'll get your point though. He ain't had no verse. He ain't had no verse where he was actually singing.
Yeah, he wasn't. I never heard no.
But he can't sing like she can. He can't.
But she didn't either. She just sung hooks on the Fugees, didn't she?
Nah,
yeah,
much.
Nah,
I gotta go back.
She had the whole verses singing on the Fugees album.
She rapped way more. Yeah, she rapped way more.
Well, I probably would feel different if she had more material. You cannot compare her to him for the simple fact Andre actually has a whole lot of material with him actually rapping, and also she does have.
She do too
with her rapping. I'm not saying that she don't rap and she can't rap, but I just look at her. I look at Andre 3000 like a rapper that can sing. I look at Lauren like a singer that can rap.
Just say you right, Supreme, and I'm wrong.
You right.
Just say it.
You real, I'm fake.
Right.
Trivia.
I know, but Lauryn Hill is a rapper. Because what song on her album did she not rap on? She rapped on every single song. She just sung on every song too. What's the she rapped on every song.
I think she.
But it's just
on her solo
it's like
album?
okay.
She didn't rap on every song on her solo album.
I think it's just that she's
okay. So let me
such
put
a good
this.
singer that she don't want to give her rap props.
No, but no, Lauryn Hill cold as fuck on the mic. No, I ain't trying to take away her rap props. That's the same thing. Okay, let me put this like this to make it make sense a little bit. Will we?
Definitely top five.
Okay,
top
like
three.
say for instance, Kanye West, he does Donda or whatever the gospel song, a gospel album. Kanye West does a gospel album. Are you going to say that Kanye West is, and even if that gospel album was major, are you going to say Kanye West is now a gospel? He's a gospel, a Christian rapper, or he's just a rapper? It's like he's a rapper that knows how to do Christian rap.
I bet you won't say that. I bet you won't say that about Lauryn Hill to Hayward L in his face.
I'm finna tell y'all something. I think this is where my dilemma lies. Andre 3000 is not a good singer. He's a good rapper, right?
I think he's a good singer too.
Well, you want to hey y'all or whatever. Anyway,
he has some smooth shit too.
I love Below is dope. The Below is dope. But what I'm saying is, it's like I think for me, I actually resonate with Lauryn Hill. When I think of Lauryn Hill, I don't think of rapper. When I think of Lauryn Hill, I think about the miseducation.
Well, maybe that's the feminine.
I think about the X Factor. I think about, you know what I'm saying? I think about those type of songs. I don't think when I hear her name, I'm not thinking about I'm finna go listen to.
Well, maybe she just connected with you as a singer more than she did as a rapper.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that's really just I connected with her more as a singer.
She had 2 albums for the rapping with the Fugees.
When I heard her rap, I was like, she spits harder than most dudes. So
she go hard.
I can never take that from
her. It ain't too many dudes that can go there with Lauryn. I hope that and it wasn't like it wasn't a thing where it was like to take away her ability and her skills. It definitely wasn't that. Lauryn Hill, she go hard, but it's just I guess like Prince said, I resonated with her more as a singer. Anyway. Good show, y'all. I appreciate y'all for you know what I'm saying. I appreciate y'all for trying to get in my shit, but it really didn't really work. I still feel like I prevailed. So we can hop into this hip-hop trivia question and figure out what the answer to this, because I don't even think anybody really knows. So y'all might have to go fact check this shit. This is the hip hop school past and present is still under construction, and we got Mr. Clark running this bitch. Hip hop trivia question was, who was the first rapper with baby in their name? I have no clue.
Nobody knows. Oh, you said Prince? You said you
Prince
got to guess, right?
He had an idea.
What's his name? Baby Sham?
That's a reggae artist.
Oh,
Baby Sham. Nah.
That's why he can't even do.
I thought of the same thing, Prince. I swear I did.
I got a guess too. Baby OG Baby Knockout.
Nope. You got a guess, mental son?
OG Baby Knockout.
Somebody had
Ain't that his name? My bad.
BG Knockout.
Nelson. I don't know.
BG Knockout. My bad.
You got a guess, DeAsia?
I have no clue. I have absolutely no clue.
Baby D.
That was a good guess. That's close. That's a good guess. Now, Baby D from JJ Fad. That's close. I think she was probably the second one. But
you remember that girl that was fucking with that man Baby D on Friday that went to fucking
not Baby D. You talking about Rage?
The Bush Babies.
Nope. From the Jungle Brothers. Africa, Baby Bam.
Baby Bam.
Baby
Bambada.
We never would have get out.
Hey, when I was saying Baby Sham, that's who I was thinking about.
Oh yeah.
So
that's taking it back to like 86.
Didn't register.
86, 85. That's the
Because
first
there's a
baby.
reggae dude named Baby Sham.
That's the first baby. Then there's been so many since then. So
did anybody else get it?
Hey, somebody gets Baby D though. Somebody did get.
Oh,
Baby
somebody
D,
said she was a singer on the Apollo and Sister Act.
Yep, that's what somebody said in the comments about Lauryn Hill, but that's neither here nor there. I got somebody on my side.
She's still one of the nastiest rappers on the planet. So,
and she is. It's not taken away from it. So
she a rapper.
Okay.
And a singer.
Well, that is what it is. I should definitely appreciate y'all perspective on it, and it has been a good one. Make sure y'all.
I feel good after rapping. I might get the next battle.
Yeah, it made me wonder after Brother Truth came with it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, hold on now, I spit venom. It's penetrating your system. Like I was ready to go to fuck in.
I was almost ready. I was almost there.
I'm coming for University Avenue.
Almost jumped in the ring. You know.
I don't remember the shit. I could try, but I don't remember that shit.
How you from Brooklyn and didn't kick no verse, bro?
You know,
20 years ago, that's why.
New York got to take this L.
Right, freestyle capital.
Yo, I said,
freestyle capital.
Y'all so silly.
But yeah,
anyway, y'all make sure that y'all share this video and hashtag Hip Hop School Past and Present. The Artifacts Clothing Company is doing 2-shirt giveaway for the participants. Make sure that you are tagging at least 25 people into your post and encouraging them to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank y'all so much for joining us tonight. Make sure y'all like this video, share this video, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Class is dismissed.
Hey,
good
next
night, y'all.
The Hip Hop School Past and Present Podcast.